Start using ChatGPT's agent mode just like this and get ready to be blown away. A few hours ago, I posted part 1 of a 3-part series. This is part 2, so if you haven't watched this video, give me a follow, share this video so you can find it later and watch part 1 first. Okay, let's write some prompts using the ideal framework. In a few hours, I'll release part 3 so you can see how these prompts actually turn out. I'll try to go as quick as possible so this video doesn't drag on. So make sure to favorite it and repost it so you can find it later. Alright, let's hop in. Okay, in our first prompt example, let's say we're going to be planning a vacation itinerary. I actually just used Agent for this video up here, and it blew me away for a vacation itinerary, but it was a very long, complex prompt. This is a much shorter example. So first, we're going to follow the ideal framework. I is for intent. Plan a 7-day vacation itinerary for a family of 4. That's our intent. Next is our details. In Hawaii, during the summer, focusing on beaches, hiking, and cultural experiences with a budget under $5,000, excluding flights, preferring eco-friendly options, and avoiding crowded tourist spots. Those are details. Next, we want to give it an example. Format the itinerary like this. Example, day 1, activity. Now here I put a bar, you can put a dash, doesn't matter. I'm on a computer using it, so it was easier for me just to put a bar here. But this is going to separate it in different tables and columns. So we have activity, location, estimated cost, notes arrival, and beach relaxation. The location, Waikiki, $100, rent umbrellas. So this is going to give us an example of the table on how we want it to look like on the final output. Next, we have actions. Step 1. Research activities and accommodations on TripAdvisor using the visual browser. 2. Calculate the cost in a spreadsheet. 3. Check my availability using my Google Calendar connector, because Agent can tie into all your connectors you have in ChatGPT. And the last part is logistics. Output as an editable Google Docs file with links to bookings and source citations for verification. Confirm before any reservation and notify me upon completion. So that's how I would structure planning a vacation itinerary. Next, let's make one for analyzing stock market data. So we're going to start with intent. Analyze historical stock performance for Apple, and I put in the Apple stock code, and compare it to Tesla with a Tesla stock code. That's our intent. Next is the details. Over the past 5 years, including key metrics like average returns, volatility, and dividend yields, using public data sources and assuming no real-time trading. Next are the examples of how we want the data to look like. Present the comparison like this. Example, stock, again, with a bar, so it just separates it in the table. You can put a dash, you can put a slash, whatever you want. Average return, volatility with standard deviation, notes for Apple, so it knows how to break it down, the returns we're going to see, and strong growth. Those are our examples. Next are going to be our actions. Step 1 is fetch data from Yahoo Finance using the browser tool. Step 2 is process and calculate metrics via the terminal. Step 3 is visualize trends with a chart. Now that we've defined our actions, let's do the logistics. Output is a downloadable CSV file with embedded charts and cited data sources. Verify calculations for accuracy and pause if the data seems too outdated. Example 3, let's have Agent create us a marketing presentation. We're going to start off with our intent. Create me a slide deck for a new coffee shop marketing strategy. Next, we're going to have our details. Targeting young professionals in urban areas, including market analysis, competitor overview, and promotional ideas with 10 to 15 slides and a modern design theme. Next, let's give it the example. Structure slides like this. Example, slide 1, title, marketing strategy overview. The content's going to have bullet points on goals. Next, we're going to have our actions. Steps. The first step, research market trends on Google using the browser. 2, compile data into slides via code or file tools. I'm just really telling it this so it knows which tool to call. You don't really have to do this, but I like being a little bit specific, so I like to call tools. 3 is incorporate images from free stock sites. And finally, our logistics. Output as an editable Google Slides link with speaker notes and source references. Ensure no copyright materials are used, and confirm design choices if needed, because I don't want it to run off the rails. I want to give it an out if it wants additional information. Now let's write one for researching a historical event. Again, intent. Research the causes and impacts of the Industrial Revolution. Now let's give it some details. Focusing on Europe from 1760 to 1840, including economic, social, and technological aspects, with balanced views from multiple sources and a timeline. Again, remember, AI is like a genius child. Super smart, you just have to guide it. Now let's give it the examples. Summarize key events like this. Year, event, impact, say 1769, the steam engine innovation. It boosted manufacturing. You don't have to know what the answer is. You just have to give it an example on how you want it separated. Now let's do the actions. The first step, search for reliable sources and academic sites via the browser. 2, synthesize the information in a document. Step 3 is cross-verify facts with at least 2 additional sources. And finally, the logistics. Output is a PDF report with a bibliography and hyperlinks for verification. Avoid biased interpretations and notify me if conflicting data arises. The last example, let's design a home workout routine. Our intent, design a 4-week home workout routine for beginners. For details, let's focus on full body exercises using body weight only. 3 sessions per week, each lasting 30 to 45 minutes, incorporating warm-up and cool-down and progressing in intensity. Now let's tell it in examples how we want the data to look like. Week 1, Session 1. Exercise, sets and reps, notes, say push-ups, 3x10, knees if needed. We're just giving it some guidance. It doesn't have to explicitly follow this, but it just gives it that guidance it needs. Now let's define our actions. Steps. Research beginner exercises on trusted fitness sites using browser tools. If you have examples on some websites you want it to use as a source, this is where you'd put them. Maybe something like WebMD. You could do that. Next, organize into a plan via spreadsheet or document creation. 3. Include modifications for common limitations. Next is the final part, the logistics. Output is an editable Google Docs file with progress tracking sections and source links for exercise demos. Verify safety tips and pause if medical advice is required. So there we have it. There are 5 real-world examples on prompts that I wrote, and we're going to test them out in the next video. Follow me so you can see how these exact prompts turn out in the next video I'm posting in just a few hours.